Shalom, all praises, honors, and glories unto Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the Church of Great Millstone. Shalom to the sincere and hopeful alike. You brothers out there prophesying in the true name and in true doctrine about the times we're in headed to. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. More so now than ever, man. Alright, and real quick, with the shootings that's been going on, we've seen this happen time and time again in different areas, different schools, different states, shootings in churches, shootings in schools, obviously, as you can see here, and even in movie theaters. Remember that? So these events occur, whether it's from crisis actors or not, it's problem, reaction, solution. And the solution is to take away basically the Second Amendment, the people's rights to bear arms, and that they won't be able to fight back, when things hit the fan. And just like everything else, right? And then the numbers keep going up. First it was 18, then it was 19, then it was 20, now it's 21. Killed in Texas elementary school. So I say that to get this precept, Salakia. In the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 11, it says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And part of those devices is bringing, the narrative about on the social media and the television, to control the psyops. That's what it's a psyops, but it controls the psychology of the people, and so just like with the famines, right? With the trucks, the diesel prices going up, so that's gonna affect the trucks from delivering, and a lot of them is gonna be leaving their occupations, and that's gonna force these middle class businesses like your local restaurants and things of that nature to go out of business, which Apostle Tahar may mention around late June this year. And what that's going to cause, more uproars, more friction amongst the people, right? And what's that going to do? Cause civil unrest, because when people can't eat or feed their children, that's survival, right? So people are going to panic onto survival mode, and all of these events going on ties together, right? Just like the fires in them factories, food factories, just like with the wars and the rumors of wars spoken of, right? About going to war with Russia and now China, and that's gonna cause World War III, man. Which we're in the beginning stages of that. The scriptures say the second war is past, and behold, the third war cometh quickly. Revelation 11. So we understand, the men, from the apostles on down in Great Millstone, right? And all the men that prophesied in the true name and the true doctrine, we understand that we understand the Lord's judgment. And who's orchestrating all of this? Right? Yeah, it's particular people, but who set them up to do that? The Lord set up the wicked and he set up the righteous. Anyway, So I want to bring this out in 2nd Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, which is like a modern day gun, weapons, right? And so when they promote, people running down in schools and things like that, you got to understand the bigger picture for these events. The lack of food and hyperinflation. Gas is about to rise. And this is why they're preparing for what? A police state. See, that's the goal here, to put more police that's armed like military personnels, right? With all these helmets and all geared up, right? There's been a lot of tanks and warlike instruments that's been being deployed over here in the seas of Babylon the Great via America. So just like when there was the attack on the Twin Towers, they did that to pass on the what? The Patriot Act, to have of a police state. Because they know what's the reaction of the people. And their solution is what? The only way to detain them is to bring in force. And this is why there's so much FEMA camps, quarantine camps, because we're heading to a state of martial law. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Right? Because people's going to go crazy, when things intensify. Now they speaking about different blackouts, heat waves, For because of their pride the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So there you go, man. You got people that's afraid from these events, and they don't understand from whence it cometh. So prepare for more of a police state. Shalom.